Today we're going to crochet this granny square bag. I'm Rose and welcome to my channel. We're going to be using the Charisma in loops and threads, and this is going to be the Boisenberry color. I'm also going to be using the bone color and also the mustard color. You will also need a crochet hook. I'm using 8mm, a pair of scissors, and a needle and 4 stitch markers. To start the handbag, you're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to chain 3. Now you're going to yarn over, and we are going to go back into the first stitch and make a half double crochet. And then we're going to make a second half double crochet. And we're going to be working all of our stitches into this first stitch. So now we're going to chain 2, yarn over, and place another half double crochet into the first stitch, and we're going to do 2 more. 3. Now we're going to chain 2 and half double crochet 3 more times, and we kind of want to work around this end, so when we pull it, it will pull tight. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to form our square. Then we're going to chain 2 and then half double crochet 3 more times into this. Well, now it's the hole. 1, 2, or circle, 3. And then we're going to chain 2 again, and we're going to go back into the first, or the chain 3 that we did. Now it will be 2, and we're going to go into the top one and slip stitch. So that's the beginning of the granny square. And then you can pull this tight. And then when you tuck it, you could just pull it around this loop and it will pull even tighter if you like. Round 2, you're going to chain 1, and we are going to yarn over and place 2 half double crochets into this corner. And then you're going to place half double crochets into each stitch. So the first stitch is between these 2 half double crochets, and the second stitch. So just be careful, I want to point this out early, is this chain, this could look like a stitch that you have to go into, but it's part of the chain. So make sure that you don't go into this thinking that it's a stitch. It's part of the chain. So we're going to place 2 half double crochets into the corner, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets into the corner again. So that's going to make our second corner. And then half double crochets into each stitch to the corner, and then 2 half double crochets into the corner, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochets into the corner stitch. And then we're going to do that for the remainder of round 2, and I will meet you at round 3. When you come to the last corner stitch for round 2, you're going to place 2 half double crochets into the corner loop, and then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to go into the top of the first half double crochet. We're going to slip stitch. So that's the end of round 2. And then we're going to do the same thing for round 3. 2 half double crochets into the corner, and then we're going to work half double crochets into each stitch all the way to the corner. When you get to the corner, 2 half double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more half double crochets. And we're going to continue this for a total of 6 rounds. And then the corner. And then I will meet you at round 7. When you get to round 6, it's going to measure about 9 to 9.5. And if you want to make it bigger or smaller, you're going to have to work in the even rounds. So this is 6. You would have to go either a size 4 for this pattern or a size 8 or bigger. But so we're working evens, and now we are going to place our stitch marker. I'm just going to come down a little, and this is how I do my stitch markers. So I count on both sides: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to place the stitch marker into the middle stitch. Let's hope I made it in all the loops. I have gotten that I've added an extra one in some of them, and I have to go back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a stitch marker in the 9th, and then we'll do that all the way around. After you place your stitch markers all the way around, we are going to start round 7. We're going to chain 1 and place 2 half double crochets into the corner stitch. And we're going to work all the way until we get to the stitch before the stitch marker. So we're going to place half double crochets into each stitch. When you get to the stitch before the stitch marker, these are the 3 we are going to skip. So we're going to yarn over like we're going to make a half double crochet, and we're going to skip the one before the stitch with the stitch marker and the stitch after the stitch marker, and go into the 4th stitch with a half double crochet, and then we will continue all the way to the corner. When you get to the corner, you're going to place 2 half double crochets into this corner, stitch, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochets into the corner stitch. And now we will do the same for the next row. Half double crochets all the way until the stitch before the stitch marker. And then we're going to skip those 3 and go into the 4th stitch and then continue all the way to the corner. And we're going to do that all the way until round 8. For round 8, this is how we are going to build the body, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to chain 1, half double crochet into the corner, 2 half double crochets into the corner, and then half double crochet into each stitch all the way until you get to the stitch before the stitch marker. Now, if you would like to move the stitch marker, you can, but we're just gonna use this as the middle, and we're going to skip these 3. So half double crochet, and then we're going to skip these 3 again. So half double crochet, skip the 3, and go into the 4th one. And this is going to build the sides of the bag. And then 2 into the corner, chain 2, and then 2 again. And see how that is going to start working the bag up. So I'm going to continue to go around with my mustard color, and I will meet you at the end of round 8. End of round 8, your bag should start to take some shape, and then we're going to switch colors. I'm going to switch to my Boisenberry color, and I'm just going to, you could do this the correct way, I'm just going to pull my yarn right through my mustard color, pull the mustard tight, and then chain 1, and now we're going to start our new color, and we're going to just continue the same way we were doing all the other rounds. And I'm going to try for 5, I think, 4 or 5. So we should end, we're at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So round 13, we will end the Boisenberry color. So we'll just do 1 round. This is round 9. And we're just going to continue the same way we were before. Half double crochet into each stitch. And then we're going to skip the 3 and half double crochet into the 4th. And then I will see you at the end of round 13. Alright, at the end of round 13, this is what the bag looks like. And then this is what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to add my last color, and then we're going to add the straps. So I debated whether or not I wanted a third color, but I think I'm going to do the last color and then add the straps on. So my last color is the bone color, and I'm going to just pull it right through the other color. And this is my last color. I'm just going to pull it right through. Chain 1. And then your half double crochets into the corners. And 1 in each stitch. And then I think I'm going to add 2 more of these of the bone color, and then I will then add the straps. So just like we usually do, skip the 3 and add it. Now I flipped mine already to the right side, which usually you're working on the inside, so that's why it might look a little different right now, but I already flipped it. So then we'll go to the corner and add our corners. They had all these different colors, and I was trying to figure out which one I liked, which colors I liked the best, and I really liked this yellow, and I liked this, well, it's called Boisenberry and Mustard. So I like these 2 colors, and then I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for my third color, and they had like a turquoise color, but I thought that might be a little bit too much, so I went more of a neutral color, but I think it's going to turn out nice. I kind of feel like fall is coming now that I made this bag, these colors. I am not ready for fall. I would like summer to last a little longer. We have about 2 more weeks before the kids, maybe, yeah, about 2 more weeks before the kids go back to school and everything, and the whole year begins. So I'm not on countdown. I don't mind the kids being home. It is a little bit more stressful, but I like it. We get to go do things together and have fun in the pool, and nobody's on a schedule, and there's no lunches to pack, there's no homework to do. It's just carefree. So I am going to miss the summer. I know my kids are kind of anticipating this school year. I have 2 in high school, and then 1 in elementary and 1 in preschool. So they're all excited to go back and be with their friends and do things. So that's always a good thing. But I don't think I'm ready for fall yet. So, but these colors are really pretty, and I really wanted to use this yellow color, so that's what we're going with right now. Alright, and then I'm going to finish up the next two, so that will take us to 15, and then we will do the straps. For round 15, I'm going to do it, I already started, but I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to go around just like I usually do, but when we come to the other side, I want to place a button here. So we're going to continue just like we usually do for the back side, but for this side I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it just a little different. So we're going to do it just as we usually do, and then I'll show you when I get there. So when I get here, I'm just going to go into every stitch, and for this one I'm going to add 3, and then I'm going to add the 1 in every stitch. So it's just going to be that one side where I want to place the button is going to look a little different, and then you continue all the way around again. But I'm going to add even a row 16. I didn't think I was going to add a row 16, but I'm going to do the same thing for row 16. And then that way it will add my button. And then we're going to add a loop on this side. For round 16, we're going to make 2 half double crochets into the corner and all the way down in each stitch. And then we're going to go into this stitch, and just like the other side, we're going to make 3 half double crochets, and then actually I'm not going to do that one in there. I'm going to make a chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to come over to 1, 2, 3 between this cluster and the first and the last one, and we're going to slip stitch, and that way that will make the loop for, let me just make sure that it will go through, my button will go through, and then I'm just going to slip stitch all the way back. Into the last one, all 5, and then half double crochet all the way back up to the corner, and then we'll see what that looks like. So that's going to be the loop, and then on this side you're going to do all the way up. So you're just going to go right into all these stitches again on this side. so that when we place the button, it should go right over it like that. And that way your bag will be able to close. So I will meet you at round 17, but when you come to this side where we filled in with the cluster, you're just going to go into every stitch and then continue. You're going to add the holes on both sides again. So here is round 16 all finished. Then our button is going to go right here. I will link this button. I believe I got it at, either got it at Joann Fabric or Hobby Lobby. But I'll look and see where I got it, because I really like the size of this and the color. I could have even went with a yellow, but I do like the pink. It matches with this burgundy color. But then you just want it to be big enough to come around and then close the bag. And now we will add the straps. So I'm gonna chain, first we'll start with 20 and see where it gets me. But I'm thinking we're gonna have to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, about 50. Okay, so that's 20. So this is where it gets me. So I want it bigger, so let's go with 40. So that's 40, and I think I still want it maybe just a little bit bigger, so I think I am going to go with the 50, and then we're just going to work in these sides, and then I'll make it around. Alright, so this is 50, and then I'm just going to make sure it's not twisted, and then I'm going to go right into the corner loop, and I'm going to make a slip stitch, and then we're just going to work this side as usual. So I'm going to do 2 half double crochets into the corner, and then 1 into each stitch all the way down. And I'm going to keep the hole there, so skip the 3. So just to keep the 2, I'm going to make 2 in, and then we'll make a slip stitch, and we will chain 50. 1, 2, 30. 50. And then we're going to come over here. the corner that's across from it, and I'm just going to make sure it's not twisted again. And then just make a slip stitch into the top of the corner. That feels a little twisted, so I'm going to redo that. And then from there, we're just going to turn and work right back down the side. And we're going to do 2 half double crochets into that corner. And all the way down to the center. So it's the same as the other side, and then I will meet you when I get to back to the first handle. Alright, I worked all the way back up and I put 2 half double crochets into my corner stitch, and then I'm going to find the third loop. I'm going to work into these third loops, but I'm first going to put a half double crochet into this like corner V just to see if it holds it tighter. And now we will work into the third loop. Which this takes a little bit of time because sometimes I have to pull it out. They're not easy to work with, but I like the way it looks in the end. So you work all the way down to the other side, and then I will meet you at the other end. So as I'm doing the strap for this, and I'm going into the back loops, or the third loop, I'm sorry. As I go into these third loops, I can see that it's twisted. And it used to like bother me that it would be twisted, and I'd take out the whole entire thing, but I want to show you that you don't have to take out the entire all the stitch work you just did. You're just going to keep going because it's going to twist, and that used to bother me, but you'll just go until you can't do it any longer, and I think it will turn out just fine. So here it is. You see that it's twisted, and I'm just going to keep working in the third loop. And it will twist with me. And I'm going to kind of force it to do what I want it to do. So here's the third loop. And then here it's twisted around, but there's your third loop. And you're just going to pull it up, and you're going to go into that third loop again. So then it ends up not being twisted. Even though this was twisted, you just kind of flip it around and work in it anyway. And then we're just going to follow this back down again. And I'm going to go into this top loop. Actually, I'm going to go into this loop because this isn't really a loop, but I just want it to be stronger. It's not a stitch. I just wanted it to be closer, and then we'll go into the top stitch. When you come to the end of adding your straps, you're going to add a slip stitch and then tie off. Now I'm just going to tuck my ends, and then we will add our button. Alright, I tucked all my ends, and now we're just going to add the button. I am going to take my bone color yarn and just cut some of it, and then I'm going to add the button right to the front of my yarn, or my bag. My yarn. Okay, so I want it to come like right above where all the holes are. So I'm just going to go right behind, pull it through, and then I'm just going to knot it. And then we'll tuck the ends. Sorry. It's hard to talk and do at the same time, but then it's just going to come right over just like that, and then I will close the bag. So then I will show you the bag all finished once I tuck these. Okay, they're all tucked, all nice and neat. And then here is the inside of the bag. And then it will come up like a square. And then it will, it's kind of hard here to see. Maybe I'll take a couple pictures of how it will. But then you can put the button on, and I like the straps, the thickness of them. And this just turned out so cute. So I will show you some pictures. And then that's the bottom. The bottom is going to be the square, like that. And so there you go. I hope you enjoyed making the granny square bag with me today. I had a lot of fun making it for you. So I hope you take the time and make one for yourself. And until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching.